May 6, 2020. This is Marcus Irvine. I know it's been a while since my last report in regarding to Shadybrook. However, I'm going to be documenting a lot of these files through audio diaries. Well, it's been a while since our last one, as I've said before, documenting the 1965 massacre that killed quite a few civilians and resulted in the injury of multiple patients. But since then, the old facility, shortly after, was closed down and sealed up. Now, why do I bring that up? Where does this come into the conversation? Well, apparently there was 5 disappearances, 4 teenagers and a security guard. Now, this wouldn't have really popped up on my radar until I was forwarded by one of my contacts at Legendary Truth. Unfortunately, one of their teams got deviated to Ohio for an incident, and I know a couple more were deviated to a cemetery. Whereabouts unsure, but the details were a bit vague in regarding to the death of 2 teenagers, and they thought it would be something I'd be interested in, as it was very similar into what I've been studying. Now, Shadybrook is a hotbed for paranormal activity. This isn't exactly secret. However, the disappearances of the teenagers and the security guard, that was covered up quite a bit. That made it seem like they ran away. The security guard retired. However, there was quite a bit of evidence that their personal belongings were found at the old building. Now, I have to iterate, it's the old building, not the original structure, but the most ones in the 1900s, not the 1800s, old administration building, which is still in a bit of ruins in the back of the property, but the old building. Now, why do I say this? Well, they've for whatever reason, have decided to erect a prison, and shortly after its opening, unfortunately, they had a prison riot, and it seems like history is forever doomed to repeat itself, with 15 guard fatalities and a few prisoner fatalities with quite substantial injuries. Now, back to the disappearances. Now, like I said before, Shadybrook has been known to have paranormal sightings, include apparitions, lights in the windows, screams. Some of these reports, however unsubstantiated, are quite numerous. And in which case, I was asking Legendary Truth to help in a possible investigation of the building. However, this was shut down due to safety concerns. Now, I understand the concerns of this, but whether the truth will not, unfortunately, we'd have to go in, find that truth. There's no way we can really substantiate the disappearances of these teenagers without more evidence. No one from the township will go into that building, but I believe with a properly equipped team, we might be able to at least scrape up what happened to them. Now, I mentioned earlier that some of their belongings were found outside the building. At least I believe I mentioned it. The car of Tommy Radson, age 19, he and his girlfriend Holly Mae, his car was discovered outside with nobody in it, no blood, no even signs of a struggle, which would substantiate that they actually went inside the building. Now, their friends, I've got the file here, let's see, Kelly Anderson and Roger Jackson, they also apparently had entered the, I've got the There it is. Yes, they also went in with the security guards shortly following them. Mr. Let's see, James Whitcalf. They went inside the building with the security guard following shortly behind, and that's it. That is literally the last time they were heard. Now, whether or not that the spirits murdered, this would be the first time in American history, barring the Bell haunting, where a spirit or spirits have murdered a living person. So, but as I've said before, no one knows. There was no trace of them. The town refuses to go inside the building. They won't even get close enough to bulldoze it. However, getting a team together to go into the building is my top priority, to try and figure out what has gone on and try and document some of the spiritual activity that has been reported there. Well, until then, I will continue to document any more sightings, document any more disappearances. Thank goodness there haven't been any more since the present day prison massacre. And this goes for the new building, not necessarily the old building. So far as we know, there's been no other disappearances, and the town has really kept a lid on some of these. So until the next time, this is Marcus Irvine signing off.